Hi, everyone. Welcome to Advanced Composition for Future Teachers, also known as English 333. My name is Professor Kelly Candelaria, and I will be your instructor this semester. You're watching this video so that you can get connected to the class and learn a little bit more about my expectations. We will be doing this class this semester in an online asynchronous format. That means we will not be meeting face-to-face, and we will not be meeting in Zoom on a regular basis. We will be doing our coursework through our two management learning systems, which is Blackboard, which is what Chico State uses. And then I've also created a website for you that you can also utilize within our classroom. And I will be sending you videos during the semester to talk about the materials that we will be working with and that we'll be going over. So it's a little disjointed sometimes for students in the online asynchronous format, but it's also very useful because you can kind of work at the times that you're available. And most of the time when I'm teaching advanced composition for future teachers, many of you already have jobs and you're doing other things, families, jobs, lives that are usually pretty busy. We all are really busy. And so this affords you the ability to work at your own schedule, even though there are certain due dates that things are going to be turned in. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit as we continue on. So let's talk about Blackboard and the website. And I'm going to go to our Blackboard course in just a second, but I'm going to talk about them for a minute before I share screen. So Blackboard is the learning management system that Chico State uses. And on Blackboard, there's a course that attaches to our class that you'll be able to navigate. And that is the system that you will use to get work to me. So anything you turn in will be turned in through Blackboard. I've also created a website on Wix, and that is also found. You can find the link to it through our learning management system, Blackboard. But the website is where you're going to get information about from me about the class and what we're doing. So there's two different pieces. And the reason why is I can't seem to be able to get all the information I want into Blackboard. So I utilize the website. So let's take a tour of it really quickly, and we can spend a little time looking at the two different systems. So I'm going to share screen with you, and you will see that I've got my courses here. I'm just going to click on the first one. Doesn't really matter what section you're in; they're all the same. I have 4 sections of English 333, and when you get into Blackboard, it should look like this for you. There should be the information about the class. There should be the link to the website, which we're going to look at next. A folder that has a syllabus in it, a place for posting blogs and vlogs, a place for posting microthemes, a place for posting the midterm and the final. These are the assignments of the course. So if you click on this folder, you will then be able to see the syllabus. If you ever get lost and don't know where to go, you can go right back to the toolbar, the welcome side, and that'll take you right back to this home page, or I call it a welcome page. This is the link for the blogs and vlogs. I'm going to talk about them more, but every single blog or vlog, so you can choose if you're going to do a blog or a vlog, will be turned in here. If you go back to the welcome page, microthemes are the mini papers. There's 3 of those this semester. I'll come back and look at dates after we look at the website. And then also we have the midterm and final. There's a video response and a final project, which is really the meat of the course. Again, this toolbar over on the side allows you to navigate between these different menus. You can go back to welcome, and then there's a place for announcements, like the announcement I sent you last week, and then a place where you can email the discussions. So these are those blogs that I showed you earlier. It's another way to get to them. A place for your grades, a link for Zoom, and then these are some resources. We'll come back to welcome here. Great. So the next thing I want to show you, so this is where you will turn things into me. This is where you will submit all of your work for our class. In this link, when you click on this link, it's going to take you to our website. This is the website for our course. This navigates across the top, and it's pretty simple. You can pick the top and it takes you to the home, or you can click these online, you can click these menus to be able to see different information I read online. Contact here, this is probably important. I'm going to be available on Mondays in my office at Chico State, which most of you won't be able to access, from noon to 2 and then 3 to 4. I'm also going to just keep the extra 2 hours a week open that I can Zoom with people. I don't have too much of an issue Zooming on weekends. A lot of times I'm working with a lot of remote students. Schedules vary. So I do have 2 hours a week where I can set aside to meet at other times. You just need to let me know if you want to meet, and then we can set up a time that works for you. There's the course calendar. This is what we're doing weekly within the class. And also, just to let you know, the readings are typically on these pictures. When you click on them, that will be the reading for week 1 that you will be working with. Same here, just click down. Really, as far as materials for the course, you will need to rent the Freedom Riders. It's available on, right now I think it's available on Amazon Prime. It moves around. For a while it was on Netflix. I think it's still on Amazon Prime. I think it's $3.99 to watch it. It does move around. So you will need to either rent that or find that movie somewhere to watch it. And then there is a book, which I do have I think PDF form of it. It's not on here. I will post it. The rest of the materials are pretty much available in our course. I try to keep, of course, all of the materials inexpensive. I know it's hard when you're going to school to pay for really expensive materials. So all the readings otherwise will be here, and you can access them through clicking on the link. Here's the materials needed. Here's the book, the partials. I do have a PDF copy. Sometimes people don't like to read online. If you want to listen to it, I know there is a audio version available. I don't have any problem with that. I have a couple copies. If you're local and you want one, you could come see me. You can also buy it on, I think, Amazon for like $4.99 used. So it's not a real expensive thing. You might want to start reading it right away. Takes a while for most of us to get through our reading, so it's coming up. You might want to just be prepared. And then, of course, the movie. And so it was last available on YouTube. This was last semester. I'll take a look and see where it is now. It kind of moves around, but we'll find it, and it's usually pretty inexpensive. Assignments for the course. These are the assignments that we will be completing during the semester. You will do a blog or a vlog. You get to choose whether you're going to write or video yourself. And they will be due on Fridays at midnight, and we will do them every week, except for a couple of times. And that's going to be on the schedule. But they are due again on Fridays, and they're due by midnight. They are worth 10 points each. There's 13 of them. And they will allow you to be able to start thinking about the material that we're looking at that week. You will also be doing microtheme essays. They are what I consider mini papers. There's 3 of them. There's a 4-page minimum, plus you need to have a works cited page. You need to be quoting directly from the sources. There's 3 of them due: Sunday, September 11th, Sunday, October 9th, Sunday, November 13th. You're starting to see my pattern. Blogs and vlogs are due on Friday. Microthemes are due on Sundays. And you only have to do 3 of the microthemes. We have a midterm video response due October 23rd. We'll talk more about that later. And then a final project, which consists of 2 different things. Part of it is the pedagogical response, which explains what you've done. And then there is a 4-week course design, not a lesson plan, a course design. You might as well get used to that now. And we'll talk about that more as we get close to this end of the semester. And that's due Friday, December 16th by 5 p.m. Those are the assignments of the course. Of course, you're going to turn them into Blackboard, as I talked about earlier. Here's the assignment sequence. It also gives you the breakdown of what each blog or vlog is, and then the microtheme papers, the points, the midterm, and the final project. And this is a handy little thing to, it has all the due dates on it, which is kind of useful. Videos, this one will be here when I get it done. It's not done yet. And then weekly work. And this will tell you what we're going to do during the class. Then you can look down at week 1, theoretical foundations, which we'll be working on this week. You'll be reading that, and it will tell you about the blog or vlog and some information. And then you can see that we do this for every different thing that we're doing. There's a weekly schedule. Just to let you know, towards the end of the semester, 15 and 16, there's a typo there, I'm going to fix that. I'm asking you to do meetings with me, a 15-minute Zoom meeting. Please make sure that you sign up for those early. They fill up, and then I can't meet with people. And what happens is that the final project doesn't turn out how they expect, and that can be kind of daunting and disappointing. So I will talk more about that as we get closer to that date. This is the website. I do update it as I add videos or I change things, or I don't really change the schedule, but as I add things that I think will be useful or helpful to you, it'll show up here on the website. Let's see, I'm going to stop share for a second so we can talk to each other. Those are two really important things to become familiar with, and you should be familiar with them soon. There is a reading starting week 1, and there is a blog or vlog that is due on Friday. This course has a lot of reading. That's just the nature of the work that we do. I'm asking you to think about teaching practices. Some of us teach already in this course. You're in schools in different locations with different responsibilities. And so some of you can look at it from the perspective of being a leader within the classroom or a teacher. Some of us are still the beginning of our career, and we're just beginning to think about the classroom from the other side, our experiences as a student. So when you're looking through these materials, just be aware that I'm asking you to look from those two perspectives, right? As a student, what is your experience as a student? And then starting to think about what your experience might be as a leader or a teacher in that classroom, because they can be different. And thinking about those experiences, I think, helps us to think about who we want to be in the classroom, what we want our classrooms to look like, what we want our students to experience, and what we want to experience. Teaching is a, profession that you never really are perfect. You continue to grow and learn. The more you teach, the more things you find out, the more you learn about yourself, the more you learn about students. Students change. I've been teaching at Chico State since 2008, and I'll tell you that that's a long time. It seems like that you really begin to see that there's commonalities between students, and then things shift depending upon what's happening within our society and culture and their worlds. So I believe that really good teachers are teachers that change and adapt and are flexible. They're willing to continue to grow. They're willing to think in ways that may not be conventional, or ways that may be uncomfortable. They're reflective in nature. So they're always looking at what they've done and thinking about how they can do it differently, better, and are adaptable to the teaching experience. So I'm really excited about this class. It's a fun class to teach. Most of my students within this class are really hungry to learn. I hope you enjoy the materials. I have thoughtfully considered the materials that we will be looking at and what we will be doing in this class, in hopes that it will be useful to you in your future as you become a teacher, and you are focusing on how you're going to deal with reading and writing, no matter what age group you're working with. And in my experience with this class, I have people who are going to teach kindergarten. I have people who are going to teach junior high. I have some who are going to teach high school. Some already are thinking about college. So really there's the gamut of possibilities, but we're thinking about reading and writing in the classroom in a cross-disciplinary thought pattern, right? How do we get students to read and write and engage? I'm going to have students in here who are going to say, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. I love to read and I love to write. And I'm going to have other students going to be like, I hate this. And that's going to be your experience. And so one of the big challenges as an instructor is to be able to think about reading and writing and how are students going to respond to it? How am I going to engage students in reading and writing? For me, I love it, so it's easy. But for those of you who don't, how are you going to find that inspiration to get students to read and write if you're not in love with it? I believe personally that everyone's a reader. You just haven't found your book yet. Hopefully you find something that inspires you when you read, and maybe some of the materials in here will help you to think through that. Anyway, I'm here to help you be successful this semester. As far as policies go and late work, really things should be turned in on time. If there is an extenuating circumstance and you can't get something turned in or completed by the due date, please let me know ahead of time and let me know what's going on. If you communicate clearly with me, I'm always willing to work with students. Things come up, things happen, life happens. I'm here to support you, but I'm also not somebody who will take all of your work the last 4 weeks of class. So you need to be staying up on the work in class. And if you're not able to do that work, you need to let me know and we need to make arrangements. So please continue to communicate with me and let me know what's happening. I can't really say like, are there absences in here? We don't really work that way, but I will expect everyone to have their work in on time and it to be thoughtful. And I will respond to that work and I will continue to talk in videos about things I find and post into announcements, really good posts that I find, and we'll build a sense of community working asynchronously, and it's very hard. People ask me a lot, do I have to respond to the discussion posts? I always say you do not, because I don't have points to it, but good students who get the most from the class respond to discussion posts. And I do look at them and it does make a difference. There's just not points attached to it. So that's part of the work that I expect from future teachers. The truth is that when you go into the classroom, nobody's going to micromanage you. You have to decide what kind of teacher you're going to be and how much effort you're going to put into it. So I expect the same thing of you, and I expect you to be engaged in the classroom discussions that are done via posting, equally the way that you would be if we were in a classroom and we were talking about it. We just don't have that luxury. Online classes, sometimes people think are easier. I think they're way harder. You end up having to decipher what I'm asking you to do by yourself and alone, complete it by yourself and alone, respond to things by yourself and alone, and then really feel like you can get some information from it. It's way harder. So I know that it's great to have the flexibility, but I also know that that flexibility requires you to be very thoughtful and very mindful of your schedules and your calendars to complete everything. So let me know if I can help in any way. I will be doing another video about the week 1 topic later on, but this is just a way for you to kind of get to know me a little bit, get to know the class, and get to hear what my expectations are. I hope you're doing well. I would love to hear from you if you want to shoot me an email or I don't know, an email, a vlog, a video to introduce yourself. I would love that. I know that you're really busy, but I will be looking forward to reading your responses and how you respond to the material. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. We start Monday, so here we go. It's going to be a great semester. I'll talk with you soon. Bye-bye.